Josh Duggar's appeal has been denied in his child pornography case, and the former reality star will continue to serve a 12-year prison sentence. Duggar, 35, was sentenced to 151 months in prison on child pornography charges after a jury found him guilty at trial. The U.S. Sun can confirm from court records that the 8th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals has denied his request for a new trial. Josh's lawyer, Justin Gelfand, argued that federal agents allegedly seized his phone when he tried to contact his attorney during a raid at his car lot a year and a half before the arrest, as he spoke to the agents without counsel present. The court papers read of the court's decision to deny the new trial. It is true that the agents read him his Miranda rights, which ordinarily might leave someone with the impression they are in custody. But when Duggar signed a form acknowledging his rights, he had the agents scratch out the portion saying that he was being taken into custody. Modifying the form made it clear he was free to leave. The second and third factors also favor the government. Duggar sat in the front passenger seat of the agent's truck during the interview. They did not handcuff him, the doors remained unlocked, and he entered and exited the front seat of the vehicle on his own, which means he retained freedom of movement throughout the encounter. And although the agents initiated contact with Duggar, he still voluntarily acquiesced to the questioning. Indeed, he began the interview with a question of his own. Has somebody been downloading child pornography? And continued to converse with them for about an hour. Finally, Duggar was not arrested at the termination of the questioning. To the contrary, he ended the interview on his own and then left the dealership, hardly an option available to someone in custody. The judgment ended. We accordingly affirm the judgment of the district court. The disgraced reality star filed an appeal to the conviction in October 2022. Gelfand and the prosecution's Joshua Handel faced off during an appeal hearing in Kansas City, Missouri on February 16. As the U.S. Sun previously reported, Duggar's lawyer argued that federal agents allegedly seized his phone when he tried to contact his attorney during a raid at his car lot. Gelfand said in court, Duggar takes out his phone, physically puts it to his ear, for the purpose of contacting his legal counsel. Federal agents physically took the phone out of his hand and deprived him of the ability to communicate with his legal counsel. He was told he was free to go. No reasonable person in his shoes at that time would believe that. When the judge asked if Duggar could have gone to another business to make a phone call, Gelfand replied, "This lot was accessible only by a highway with no sidewalk. It was in the middle of nowhere. There was nowhere to go." Gelfand continued, "The vehicle he came in was searched. He had no access to it. The keys to the other vehicles in the car lot were in the office. He wouldn't be allowed to enter without an escort." Handel for the prosecution responded, "Mr. Duggar was not in custody at any point during the search of the used car lot. Mr. Duggar was repeatedly told he was not in custody and was free to leave. He said his wife was pregnant and expecting soon. He may have to leave in order to contact her. The agent said that's perfectly fine. Mr. Duggar did leave the scene at a time of his choosing and without being arrested. Mr. Duggar voluntarily ended the interview. He was not arrested until a year and a half later." The judge responded, "I am a little concerned though. The agent knew he was trying to call his counsel. It appears it might have been the only way he could have done so. It does concern me when someone makes an attempt to contact counsel and is unable to call counsel because there is no alternative way to do it. I've never seen that before." The prosecution responded, "It's not clear whether there was another way to contact counsel. One of his employees had a cell phone not seized by officers." Duggar's legal team replied, "The agent could have said, 'Use my phone to contact your attorney.'" Also during the hearing, Gelfand brought up Duggar's employee Caleb Williams, who he claims could have committed the crime. Gelfand said Caleb Williams worked at Wholesale Motor Cars, which is the scene of the alleged crime. He regularly used the only computer, the HP computer, for purposes that had nothing to do with Wholesale Motor Cars or Josh Duggar. He texted Mr. Duggar on May 7, approximately a week before the alleged crime, offering to go watch the lot the following week. He took a photo of Mr. Duggar in the office where the alleged crime occurred, showing Mr. Duggar used a MacBook, not the HP computer. When the judge asked about Williams not being at the car lot at the time of the crimes, and their ability to still call him as a witness at trial, Gelfand responded.